preview. Very, very difficult game. I don't think any team has gone to Everton and won as of yet, but there's always a first. There is always a first, and let's hope Spurs can be that team. It's not been great, a bit of a bad atmosphere brewing, I wouldn't say in the fan base, I'd say probably mainly on social media regarding how Spurs are playing at this moment in time. It's not been good enough the last couple of games, that's reality. We're conceding way too many chances, way too many shots, and when you compare that to the first part of the season, we just look like a really solid defensive unit, and that has kind of gone a little bit. I think we're going to be missing Romero really badly in this game, but Kevin Danso, I think this could be a game that actually really suits him. So
Frank, in his press conference, are we allowed to comment on what Frank said in his press conference?
You're allowed to do what you want, my friend.
He said he thinks we've had one bad game against Bournemouth, one bad half against Wolves, and one bad half against Monaco, and then the rest has been good, all good plus.
Yeah, I think he's missing out the Bodo game, because the Bodo game we were pretty dreadful. But no, I don't disagree with what he says there, apart from the Bodo game.
I guess it depends. I think it depends what you're judging the team, what he's judging the team on. If he's looking at just purely on how solid are we, how compact are we, organised, how many chances are we giving away, I think then he's probably right. Apart from the Bodo game, he's missed out. I agree. But if he's also looking at, you know, how good are we in possession, how good are we at creating chances, how good are we at opening the opposition up, then I would disagree. So it kind of depends on what aspects of the game he's looking at. I'd agree, like, in most of the other games, we have looked okay. Like, in terms of defensively, there's been a few games, especially recently, where we've conceded a lot of chances. But I think, you know, as a team, we've been good. And we've restricted the opposition to very little in a lot of these games. But going forward, I think there's been a load of games where we've been not good. It's not just going forward, it's more in possession, I would say. There's been a load of games where we haven't been good. And I understand that's a work in progress, but that also goes into your assessment, doesn't it?
It does, but also you got to compare it to maybe the opposition that you're playing on the day as well. And do you deserve to win? Do you deserve to take the points from the game? And when you're looking at those games that he's talking about, so the PSG game, we lost that game on penalties. Did we deserve more out of that game? Of course we did. Burnley 3-0. You know, nobody had... Look, it wasn't the perfect performance, but we deserved to win the game. We won 3-0. Maybe 3-0 flattered us a bit on the day, but, you know, we were the better team and we deserved to win. Man City, you know, we wiped the floor with them that day. We were brilliant. We deserved to win. Bournemouth, as he mentions, wasn't good enough. We were poor. We lost, deservedly so. West Ham, we won 3-0. We deserved to win the game. No excuses, no kind of disagreements there. Villarreal, we won 1-0. Maybe a draw was a fair reflection of the game. I think it was poor from both sides. I don't think neither side probably deserved to win that game. Brighton, we drew 2-2. I think we were the better side that day. I think we probably should have taken 3 points. Got sucker punched with the 2 goals that Brighton scored. Doncaster, obviously. Wolves, he's mentioned, good first half, which I personally thought it was a good first half. And
yeah, I agree.
And, you know, I was saying at half-time that game, if we keep doing what we're doing, we're going to win this game. No problem. The second half was just a shit show, which he mentioned. Bodo, we didn't mention. We were poor, deserved to lose. We managed to draw the game. Leeds, we won 2-1, and I think we just about edged the game. Probably deserved to win that game, just about. Villa was... I think we deserved more out of Villa, to be honest. We lost 2-1, but I don't think we deserved to lose the game. And Monaco was Monaco, which he mentioned. So, like, if you're judging us against the opposition that we played on the day, then more times than not, like, we've either got what we deserved or should have got more in some of the games.
That's a fair assessment. But I just think, I think that's fair. But I think when he talks about we've been good or good plus, what's a good performance? Is it just, you know, when you talk about Villarreal, but he's talking about Villarreal and talking about Leeds, talking about Villa as being good performances. Like, they weren't that great. That's all I would say. They weren't like great performances if you're taking everything into account. They were fine in some aspects, but not good in other aspects. So I think to put them in good category is a bit. I don't know. I don't know if I would, but look, I think you're right. I think in most of the games, the results have been pretty fair.
Yeah.
So I think that's fair.
Yeah, exactly. So look, it's been up and down. I think there's more good to take from the opening 11, 12 games, however many it's been, than bad. But obviously, it's a beginning of a tenure. You expect ups and downs and inconsistencies at 100%. But the reality is, the recent games, 3 out of the last 4 games have not been good enough. And that's where we're at right now, and we need to put it right this weekend against Everton. And it ain't going to be easy. Jack Grealish, a whole week rested, 2 weeks rested, really, because he didn't play against... actually, like 3 or 4 weeks rested because he didn't play the international break either. So he is going to be chomping at the bit to get on the pitch. He's been brilliant so far for Everton. The way he's attacking on that left-hand side, constant threat for Everton. He's been a revelation since joining Everton from Man City.
We turned our nose up at him.
Yeah, we did, and it was a mistake. I think he would slot straight in for us on that left-hand side.
Absolutely. It's a big regret of mine because I thought, has he lost his hunger? Has he lost that spark about him that obviously made him what he was at Villa and maybe in the early years of City? Like, he just had that swagger about him. And then the last few years at City, after winning that treble, it was like it kind of seemed to me like he was like, okay, job done. I'm a treble winner. Like, he's got nothing else to prove, and he seemed to go off the boil. But it seems like a new environment, a team where he's the main man. It all goes through him, and he's flying again.
Exactly. So I'm worried about coming up against him. I think Iliman Ndiaye is having a really good season so far. He plays out on the right-hand side.
I think they complement each other really well.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's something that we need to be very wary of. Their threats from the wide areas. They got Dewsbury Hall in the 10 as well, who's had a decent season. But, where Everton are so good at is how physical they are in the middle of the park. Their defenders as well, Tarkowski, such a physical customer. So we can't have like a lackluster performance. Like, you're talking about the intensity and you're talking about the physicality that Spurs have showed, maybe a bit of a drop-off in the last couple of weeks. That can't happen in this game. Otherwise, we're going to get eaten alive. We need to be at our physical and intense best if we're going to take anything from this game.
Frank said in his press he's absolutely convinced we're going to be more intense and more competitive in this game than we were on Wednesday.
Do you believe him?
Yeah, I believe him. There's no reason not to. And he said he's made some structural adjustments, he said, going into this game. So I'll wait to see what those are and what that means. But I think that's a good thing if he's identified, what's working, what's not working, and changes it, which is, we know that's what Frank does. He analyzes the performance, he goes through it, and he'll make the tweaks he thinks will work. But he did say, I'm convinced we'll be more competitive, more intense, but he doesn't know whether we'll be more fluid and more, from the attacking point of view. From still, he's kind of admitting that's still work in progress, and he doesn't know in this game whether it's going to start to click. And I think that makes sense.
Yeah.
And
I think it's clear for everyone to see. It's not exactly where probably he wants it to be, or definitely where not the fans want it to be at this moment in time. You're looking at, we spoke about, unbeaten at home. They've only conceded 2 goals so far this season at the Hill Dickinson. However, on the other hand, though, Spurs are the best away team in the Premier League. So you're coming up against a very strong team, against a very strong away team. This does have the potential and the possibility for both teams to kind of cancel each other out.
An unstoppable force meets an immovable object. Is that what we're saying?
Exactly.
And although Everton are unbeaten, Villa went there and got a draw. West Ham went there and got a 1-1 draw. So, if West Ham can go there and get a draw. Yeah.
And that was under Potter, wasn't it?
No, it was Nuno's first game.
Oh, Nuno's first game.
They got a draw. So it's not like a impossible place to go. And maybe it'll be a nice thing to be the first team to go there and get the win. It's not impossible. They're not like this crazy good team where you go there and you're thinking, we got no chance. I don't believe that. I think we'll probably have periods where we're on top. And we'll have periods where we're dominating. But are we going to be good enough? And are we going to have enough guile, enough creativity? Are we going to create enough chances to go there and win the game? I just don't know.
We haven't won at Everton in such a long time. Prime Pochettino, or not prime Pochettino, but a very good Pochettino side, 6-2.
It was the last time.
The last time we won there.
Although we haven't been to this stadium yet.
No, but I'm saying just away at Everton in general. Like Goodison was a very hard place to go to in its own right? But 6-2 away. If I would have told you at the final whistle of that game, this is the last time we're going to beat Everton until 2025, 2026.
Because we had a good record before then.
Yeah.
So
it's been a lot of draws, to be fair. They haven't beaten... it's been a draw every time since then, apart from last year when we lost 3-2.
Yeah. So, we know it's not an easy place to go, but they also have trouble beating us as well.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at how we're attacking at the moment, and unless we're going to get the advantages from set pieces and whatnot, which I don't know if we will in this game, because that's where Everton have their strength as well. So, where are we going to get these advantages? Unless we can open them up through that bit of technical guile and technical ability, which I do think we are superior at. With a lot of our players, but I just look at the game, I'm looking at the matchups, I'm like, I don't know whether this is a game where I'm looking at going, we're going to win this. And the problem is, if we don't win this, then you're looking at the fixtures, are like, okay, when are we going to win?
Yeah,
that's obviously a problem. But I think what I reckon is we're probably going to not win this game. Everyone's going to melt down, and then we're going to pull a surprise on the other games.
Probably. I mean, one place where I think we'll have an advantage is Mohamed Kudus out on the right-hand side. Again, look, he's up against the good right-hand side in Idrissa Gueye in that side of the midfield, and also Mikalenko at left-back. Mikalenko's a very good player. He's had a very good start to the season, but I think Kudus can have the better of him.
Yeah, Kudus is obviously so physical, so strong, and so fast. I think Mikalenko is quite a technical fullback. He's got a very good left foot. He's quite strong, but he's not the quickest. And I think if Kudus gets a run on him, I think that's one area where maybe he can think and get the better of him. But when it comes to long balls into Kudus, getting him to hold it up and get it on his chest and take it down, I think Mikalenko fancy those kind of battles. But I think when it gets on the ground and he's taking him on, that's where Mikalenko's got to worry, I think.
Yeah, I've got a feeling Mikalenko's getting himself booked this weekend up against Kudus. It's going to be a good battle, isn't it? Because he's always up for the battle, Mikalenko. On the other side, though, with Wilson Odebear, who's probably going to up against like O'Brien and Garner. Like O'Brien's probably like double the size of Wilson Odebear. So I am a bit worried about that kind of matchup.
But Odebear's got a lower centre of gravity, so maybe you can drink past him. Sometimes that can work in your favour, because I don't think O'Brien's got the biggest turn of pace.
Yeah.
But he's obviously very tall, very good in the air, so I wouldn't be playing a lot of long passes to Odebear.
Yeah.
But midfield is, again, obviously we're predicting Sarr and Paulinho, but, they've got Garner, Idrissa Gueye, and Dewsbury Hall. And those two are very physical, Garner and Idrissa Gueye. How they hound you, they don't let you breathe a lot of the time. You need to be very good on the ball to handle that. And that's what part of me is like, I don't know if Sarr and Paulinho, I mean, they'll match them when it comes to physicality. I just hope they don't but if they get bullied in any way, then that's a big problem.
Yeah, I mean, Sarr and Paulinho shouldn't be getting bullied. Not in this game. Like, not in any game, really. They've got the physical edge to bully other teams as opposed to getting bullied. Especially João Paulinho. Like, when have you ever seen João Paulinho get bullied? Like, he's not going to get bullied. He's going to be putting in full-blooded challenges. He's going to be doing the best to win that midfield battle. And I think they're better on the ball as well. I think they've got the physical edge and they're better on the ball as what Everton have. So I think there's a big possibility that we can go there and win the midfield battle.
I'm worried about it. I think Garner's actually very underrated on the ball.
He's good. Don't get me wrong. He is good. But I still think we've got the superior players here.
Yeah, we've got the superior players. I think on the ball, I think definitely you could argue Sarr and Paulinho don't offer that much, really, to be honest, when it comes to real quality passing through the lines. I think Garner actually offers quite a bit. He's actually a really good passer, and he mixes it up with real brute force and physicality. Idrissa Gueye is a experienced customer now. He's 37 now. He's getting on a bit, but he's still got a bit about him physically. He can run all day. He's still got that about him. And I've seen them this season give midfields a real tough game. So I'm just worried on the ball again. If we're gonna look, to be honest, it's more. It's not. I don't even know if it's about specifically Everton's midfield. It's just how we're setting up in midfield at the moment. Just continuously, playing those sideways passes, not looking to break those lines. Are we going to be doing that again?
Probably, to be honest, that would be my prediction. But yeah, I think it will just be one of those games. It's going to be one on moments, this game. I don't think it's going to be one or the other side really dominating. I think it's going to be a real physical battle. And I think big moments like set pieces or wonder goals or stuff like that are going to win this game.
Do you see us having the advantage at set pieces?
I don't know. I think both teams are really good at attacking set pieces. I don't think either side has an advantage here on set pieces. I just feel like...
I think they do.
I'm not sure. I know they're very good at it, but I think we're good at it as well.
We are, but I think I look at their team, I just think they're that little bit more physical. When you add in whether it's Barry or Beto, they're both two absolute units.
Mm-hmm.
You've got Keane and Tarkowski. You've got O'Brien there as well. You've also got Garner in there. And you've got some technical players who can play the ball in, like Grealish and Dewsbury Hall from either side. I look at our team, and yeah, you've got Danso, who's good. Van der Ven's decent. I think either fullback from set pieces or anything special.
Paulinho
is good, yeah. But then after Paulinho, if we're going with the team we're predicting, Odegaard, Simmons, maybe Tell, quite small.
Yeah, but it's also not just about the personnel you've got there, but it's also about how you set up from set pieces. And I think we have looked very dangerous. I know Everton have obviously always very dangerous from set pieces, and they're always one of the top of the set pieces every single season. So they're obviously very experienced at it over the last couple of years, but I do think we're getting better. And on our day, hopefully we have our day, we can hurt anyone from set pieces, including Everton.
Right, but I'm saying who's going to have the advantage? I feel like Everton might. That's what I'm worried about. And this game could be decided on that.
Could
and
be.
I feel like it today. If I'm an analyst, I'm looking
You
at
are an analyst.
Well, if I'm analysing the situation, which I am, I just see Everton having the advantage there. I think they're more physical, they've got more strength, and they're very good at their setup at set pieces. They're very good at routines, and that's their bread and butter. We are getting better, but when was the last time we scored from a corner? Can't remember off the top of my head. We did score one against Boda. It wasn't a corner, though. It was like a free kick, which we whipped in early. Leeds? No. Villa was a free kick. I guess that was a set piece.
It's the last game we scored in.
That's the last goal. That was kind of that was a free kick. Yeah, I mean, scored a couple, I guess.
Yeah, and we've also got those long throws as well with Kevin Danso, which I think are getting more dangerous as the weeks progress. So that's another area where we can hurt Everton. But so what is your score prediction?
I'm going 1-1.
1-1.
Yeah, I think it's going to be very tough for us. I don't see us really being good enough to win, to be honest. I think if we were in a better moment where we were playing a bit better football and a bit more fluid, I think we had a better chance of winning. I just think at the moment, the period where we are as a team, I think we're very organised, we're very strong. I know we've been conceded a lot of chances the last few games, but I think hopefully we get on top of that, and I think it's easier to get on top of than getting your team to be fast and fluid. I think that's a lot harder to do. And I also think, as much as Everton have been good, they're not a team that's going to create loads and loads of chances. I think you can, because Moyes is always going to be a bit of a pragmatist. He's never going to be all-out attack. I'm not worried about Everton just creating 10 chances, but I think they're good enough to create 2 or 3. And I also don't know if we're good enough to create more than 2 or 3.
No matter who our manager is, we've always seemed to struggle against Moyes teams, to be honest.
Yeah, so I think both teams are going to find a moment of quality. I'm just hoping. I'm worried we're going to lose, but I'm hoping we can get away with the draw. So 1-1.
Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't be any result, win, lose or draw, wouldn't be all round. Like you could see all 3 happening. To be honest, depends who turns up and how they turn up on the day. My prediction on Prem was 1-1. The hopeful Ben in me thinks that we can go there and get 3 points, but yeah, we're going to need to be at our best especially in the intensity and physicality side, if we're going to go and win this game. I'm just hoping that Javi Simmons can really make the difference in this game from the 10. He hasn't done so far, and there's not going to be too much space for him to really operate in those areas. But we need him to really turn up in this game. We need Mohamed Kudus to be back to his very best if we're going to, be a consistent threat in the game. I'm going to go for 1-1 as well. I'm going to stick with my 1-1.
I also think I might predict a win if we had Romero and Udogie, but we don't. That's also a massive thing for me. I think if we had those two available, I actually think maybe I would predict a win.
All right. Well, there you have it. That is the match preview. Both of us going for a 1-1 draw. Let us know your score predictions in the comment section below.